Vampires are significantly stronger than any human. They can lift upwards of 700 kilograms based on recorded subjects. They also possess significant striking strength. The punching strength of vampires can crack brick walls and also fracture or break bones. Their strength can also be seen in their notable leaping ability. It surpasses the leaping ability of even werewolves, and this is partially due to their speed. Vampires are one of the fastest supernatural species. Most vampires are naturally low body fat and lean, only adding to this speed. Their ability to generate force extremely quickly makes them very explosive. Vampires can leap several meters into the air and even further horizontally. Their sprinting speeds is at 50 miles per hour and above. Along with that, vampires possess immense striking speed. Their punches and kicks are complete blurs to the human naked eye and even some lower level supernatural species. This makes it highly deadly to engage in hand-to-hand combat with a vampire. They're recognized for their assassin type offense and their ability to neutralize opponents in the blink of an eye. The durability of the vampire is on the lower end compared to other species. They are particularly vulnerable to cutting damage when compared to other supernatural species. However, it's still considered superhuman. Low caliber rifles may still pierce the skin but will only cause minor insignificant damage. Higher caliber rifles are recommended when dealing with vampires as they can deal sufficient damage. Vampires have sharp eyesight, which is around 25 vision. Their eyesight during low light is exceptional, better than even werewolves. Vampires are nocturnal creatures and so have the immediate advantage over many supernatural species in areas of low light. The smell of a vampire is sharper than a human's, allowing them to track down people from their scent alone. However, they lack the ability to sense a human's emotion like a werewolf. A vampire's hearing is also exceptional, a key sense they rely on in complete or near complete darkness. Their hearing ranges from 0.5 Hz and up to 200,000 Hz, one of the largest hearing ranges out of these supernatural species. They're a unique species in the sense that they rely on human blood for survival. They can still eat ordinary food like humans and other supernatural species, but this won't keep them alive. This is simply supplementary and used to maintain good health. However, the backbone of their diet must be human blood. The more blood that a vampire drinks, the stronger and healthier they will become. When they're starved of human blood, they'll become weaker and mentally unstable. They will become irritable and unable to control their urges in the presence of human blood. This makes starved vampires incredibly dangerous to humans and must not be engaged with. As vampires age, their demand for human blood increases. If a vampire was to consume the same amount of human blood indefinitely, they would slowly age and eventually die due to human blood starvation. Once vampires reach a few hundred years, they have to constantly increase their human blood intake to maintain the same physical age. This grants vampires a sense of virtual immortality. Even with this feature, their average life expectancy is still around 500 years. Vampires can live forever, but the demand for human blood as they age usually grows too high at around 400 or 600 years old to sustain. Vampires have a weakness to wood. They can still hold wooden objects and not experience any effects, but the weakening effect takes place when any wooden object pierces the skin. This makes wooden bullets more effective on vampires than bullets made of other materials. A sharp wooden object being stabbed into a vampire's heart will temporarily kill them. However, if the object is removed from the heart, the vampire will be revived shortly after. The longer the object remains in the heart, the longer it will take for the vampire to return to life. Additionally, the longer they remain dead, the weaker they will be when revived. Vervain to a vampire is similar to how wolfsbane is to a werewolf. The weakness for vampires is more intense, however. Many vampires can be almost incapable of defending themselves under very high concentrations of vervain. Vampire subjects have described vervain in the system feeling like a burning sensation in the body. A unique weakness: vampires are weak to sunlight. The weakness is distinct to even the other weaknesses that a vampire possesses in how it affects them. It starts off as a form of sickness, weakness and physical discomfort. As the vampire remains under sunlight, the sickness grows more and more intense. Symptoms like vomiting, high temperature, hallucinations and extreme physical weakness start to show up. Most subjects will die under 6 hours or more of direct sunlight. A vampire getting stabbed with wood and left out in sunlight can also cause them to catch fire. Once this happens, removing the wooden object from them will not revive them. Vampires have different unique physical stages that they can transform into. Stage 0, humanoid stage. This represents the stage that is most human-like. There are no notable differences except for slightly paler skin than usual. The commonness of humans with pale skin makes it hard to tell whether a vampire is a vampire or just someone with pale skin. Therefore, this isn't recognized as a distinct feature of the stage. Instead, the difference can be seen with their incredibly sharp canines. Humans with canines as sharp and large would likely cut their tongues. Stage 1, vampirism stage. This is the most common stage for vampires. It reveals their true vampire face. Their sclera turns to black and they possess glowing bright irises. Black veins also protrude from the eyes and down the cheeks and can also be seen protruding from the fingers. The fangs of the vampire grow even sharper and longer, and they also gain long, sharp claws in this state. Their skin becomes paler and they receive a significant physical boost. Vampires are more aggressive in this state and their desire for human blood becomes significant and almost uncontrollable. Some odd subjects have managed to control themselves under this urge, but this is rare. Stage 2, deprived state. This is a unique stage and isn't exactly an advanced version of the first. The user will gain darker skin, a lifeless grey colour. This state can only be achieved by vampires that have been starved of human blood for long periods of time. When a vampire's body is deprived of blood, it creates this form to help its subject find human blood. The physical abilities of the vampire in this form is greatly increased. However, the vampires in this state are very predictable and the scent of human blood can be used to lure them into traps. Even this strategy isn't very effective simply due to the immense speed that they possess when in this state. It's almost impossible for any ordinary human to combat vampires in this state.